Adventure. So we're going to be heading into these hills behind us, in fact up that way a little bit, but we're going to be heading in to have a look, see if we can see some spring tar. They should be nice and low on a trip like this, feeding up post the winter, ready for the summer. So I've got my bike, as you can see here. I've got about a 17k cycle in, and then a bit of a maybe an hour, a couple of hours walk into where camp will be tonight. So better get on with it because it's now almost 3 o'clock. So yeah, day's moving on. Hopefully we'll see something on the way in. We shall find out shortly. Anyway, welcome back and hope you enjoy this one. Well, the first 100 odd yards isn't particularly rideable at the moment because there's a big stream across it and it's very, very soft. Anyway, I'll just show you where we're going, if I can kind of point it out, up into there somewhere. So yep, should be at the base of those hills in an hour or so, I suppose. See how it goes, but things are looking good at the moment. Lovely day, it's about 25 degrees, so it's going to be warm, and yeah, carry on. Hopefully it gets a bit dry from this last 200 yards because I don't really want to have to push the bike all the way to the to the base of the mountain. Anyway, we'll carry on. I think next time I come here, might bring my rod and have a combined trip. It's bloody good looking water in behind there. Be quite happy to throw a line into that. Anyway, see how it goes. Public land, so getting closer to the mountains. So I'm going to put the bolt rifle loader up just in case something walks out in front of me on the way up here. I don't know how much further we can ride. It's getting pretty difficult now, but we'll see how we go, and then we'll go on foot from there, and I'll stash the bike somewhere. Right, it's very warm. Well, I've got all the stuff off the bike, and now I've just got to make it all into a pack. So then head up here. There's not actually too far to go, and then yeah, things should start to move around in about an hour, a couple of hours. So if there's anything up here, we'll see it. Bought the Bagara with me. It's a B14. The fluted barrel and the other bits and pieces that they seem to come with is standard. They're an extremely accurate little rifle, reliable feed and good quality manufacturing. Excellent quality manufacturing actually. Certainly on par, I reckon, with Tikka anyway. Haven't had any complaints so far with this. I've got a Burris 3 to 15 or 16 or something. Yeah, 3 to 15 HD, which is a target rifle with a red dot in it. So it's also got the Burris reticle for taking shots where you're not going to actually dial anything in. I'm probably a bit terrible with that. I just tend to use the holdover on the post out to 300 or 400 yards, and that seems to work quite well for me. But it's there if I need it. What else have we got with us today? Got an Ebly stock pack, which is really designed for day packing, not for this amount of weight that it's going to be carrying, but it's done it before, it'll do it again. Bought a MacPack solar light tent, and they're a fantastic little tent, and about as light as anything I've found so far that has any sort of quality with it. Yeah, we've got a few other things we'll talk about while we're here, and I've got a couple of reviews as well, and we'll talk about those a bit later. But in the meantime, I'm going to get a bit of dinner into me and then carry on up the track. Right, cheese time. I've been noticing a bit of rooting all the way up through here. Quite a bit on the side of the track and on the side of the hill, so somewhere in here there's a big mob of pigs. Right, well, we've found the first mob of tahr, and it's at about 1400 metres, maybe 1400 metres, just up here. So I'll do a bit of a zoom in and show you those, but they're all quite creamy in colour, and they've got their old manes on still, but they're all very, very bleached. Anyway, it's good to see we've found at least some tahr in here, so that's good. I'll show you those next. We're obviously quite concerned about the sound of an aircraft above it, which is fair enough because they've had enough aircraft try and shoot them. You can see he's watching the aircraft all the way around. He was looking down my way before as well. So I've decided we're going to have a wee stalk up on those two tahr. Just going to figure out how I'm going to do that now. So I'm probably going to head around this way up this little creek bed and pop up on them and try and get to them about 200 or 300 yards of them. I've only got the 308 with me this time, so we'll see how that goes. Right, lost shot placement, I should be fine. Anyway, we'll try and set it on the camera and everything. Give you a bit of a look. Better get moving. Either which way, that's probably the evening hunt done now. Got a bit of a walk to try and find this fella, and then yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll have a look for the other one, see how we go. We've still got a bit of light. It's 7:30, should have an hour and a half of light. Camp's just behind me here, so yeah, that's a good start. So sorry I'm not going to get all excited and jump around and, you know, woohoo, 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 because I've been hunting a bit long for that. nicely executed stalk. Sacked him with the first shot. Can't ask for much better than that. So yeah, these are Hornady with the SSTs on them. They seem to do a great job on tahr. They seem to pass straight through fallow and smaller deer, so I don't use them on those any longer, but tahr, pretty good. Also changed my position of aim a little bit. I'm now going quite a bit higher on tahr than I used to, and it does seem to just knock them dead like that. Anyway, we'll go and see if we can find this fella before it gets dark. Just to give you some context, from here, that fellow was up in here, up there somewhere. Here he goes. Well, he's only 6 years old, which is a bit of a shame. I'd like him to be about 8, but he's got roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's definitely a 12, maybe a 12 and a half. Yeah, I mean that's a representative trophy, and see his head here, but anyway, he's a big boy. Yeah, quite a big lad. Nice. Now got to get back down there before it gets dark. Anywho, so talk about November, I'm in camp and this bull, young bull, has just walked out. Hopefully he's going to come and have another wee look at me in a second. It's just behind that rock. Oh well, that was quite neat. Young Bull Tahr just basically walked into camp. So just up behind me here, just up in that scrub. Interesting that his cape is a lot more bleached than the bulls that were up there. Those are the bigger bulls. He's a juvenile, sort of looks like he's by himself. So he's obviously been sitting out in the sun for longer, or maybe they've been maybe it's just an age and stage thing, don't know. Anywho, left him be. Could have taken him for some meat, but I've got quite the walk out anyway, so and I'm not sure that my backside can take any more pummeling on the bike with too much more weight. Anyway, I guess the thing with tahr that I've learned over the years is don't go walking unnecessarily. Use your binoculars, use your spotting scope, find the animals and then decide what you're going to go for. Yeah. And a lot of research beforehand.